Hello guys and welcome back to Generation Zero. Today I'm gonna talk about some issues in the game that need to be addressed because they basically took and pulled the plug of this game like a year ago. What I've heard, or like there are no more updates. But I'd really want to see like there needs to be some fixes because there's performance, bugs, glitches, even some balancing that need to be done in the game because now I want the game to be like in a good state before they basically pull the plug 100%. So here is me fighting the Apocalypse type tank, where it basically has like two guns. One is machine gun with incendiary rounds, and another one is like artillery with ball mines. Basically, if you touch them, they blow up. And what's happening, I've noticed when I've fought them, is that the game kind of loses its frame when I fight against it. And I don't know what the issue is, but I know there is an issue there. And this could really kill because then your controls becomes really weird. You can't aim properly. And another issue is also in the game, not just from the fight. I've noticed it when I fought twice with my second account. Basically, I was fighting it twice and it started, like the frames started dropping down. And it basically happened also after I played like for a really long time before closing the game. And that's one way to fix those performance issues, to close the game, but it can be really bad if you're like doing a base defense and you basically put down like landmines and those turrets. It's not great. In that case, that could screw things over because at that point, if you log out, those things disappeared. So you kind of lose all of those, things you've spent like materials on, or like things you have like looted and they're gone. So you kind of have to play in this performance, and in worst cases, this could lead to crashes that would be really annoying. And another thing to point out, this is a game, like this is a PS4 game, and I'm playing on a PS5. So technically, I should not see any of those issues. And of course, it could be because they're locked to certain frames and because it's like, oh, this is PS4. But it should definitely optimize the game where it basically would run better and not get screwed over with all those things. So, and it's not only in combat this happens also in some areas. This is an example of an area, basically the start of the DLC, a Rebellion type of DLC. You can visit the area, but you kind of won't trigger any like missions before you have the DLC. But basically here the frames start dropping down, and it kind of can screw over. It's not as bad, well, it's annoying, but of course it's not as annoying as when you're in the combat. Because here, if something bad happens, if the game crashes or whatever, you don't exactly lose anything. Combat is a little bit worse. And of course, there happens when you destroy things or shoot a lot of explosive, a lot of enemies blow up. So, yeah. There's a glitch in the game where you basically can't complete a daily mission. And this mission I'm talking about is basically where you have to take and destroy a structure with a sledgehammer. And it doesn't say like anything more than that. So I tried first with experimental. I was like, this is definitely the best melee weapon. It has this shockwave, really a lot of damage and really good radius. And that didn't work out, so then I just swapped over to a regular sledgehammer to test that out. Well, that didn't work out either. So then I went to a mission, or I went to a attack mission, level 1. There's like 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3. In the level 1 you only get 2 shield generations, not many walls. Second is bigger, and third is like 4 shields, and it's quite big, so there's a lot of like machine gun turrets that could be really annoying. So I was like, make it easier. I just went to a level 1 and just used the sledgehammers on everything. Enemies, all those destructible like walls, machine gun turrets, shields, even those things that spawn in enemies too, and destroyed the generator. And apparently nothing. I even tried out the sledgehammer on the Phoenix Hole, or where you can spawn in the bosses. That didn't either work. So yeah, so there's a big issue. And the reason I'm saying this could be like a game-breaking issue is because first, in this game, you can't re-roll missions. If you could do that, you could solve a big issue with the bug. But another one is that you have a point system in this game where you complete those missions. So after basically a week, you have a week to get 30 points. They're like easy, medium, and hard. And I think easy gives you 1 point, medium gives you 2, and hard gives you 3. And the problem with the sledgehammer is a medium mission, and that thing gives you 2 points. And by the end of the week, you have to have like 30 points. And the problem is, when you get that mission, you can't complete that daily. So you lose like those points. And I was really unlucky where I got that thing twice. I got that I think Thursday, and then I got this on Saturday. So I was like, oh, this sucks, I can't complete this mission. So that will lead me to basically fail the weekly to get the best loot, where you get like 5-star weapons to basically, I can give you things also like attachments you don't have, where can help you out. So yeah, that's a big issue in the game. There's another bug that could be kind of game breaking too, and it's really annoying since when you build bases, they do take place. Like, you can only build 150 walls, and when you build on a bigger scale, that could really like screw you over, since you, like before, you could destroy them if something happens, but you can't do that anymore. You actually have to remove it. And you can see here specifically on one area, I see the wall was like going underground, so I couldn't do much. And apparently you can't interact with those walls unless you touch basically the bedrock of that structure, because those things just hide on the ground and you can do nothing without it. And it's weird, it happens one area of the map. There's another thing too, and it's those trees. They also need to basically increase how much trees you get from those. When you pick them up, you only get 1, and it's really annoying when you try to farm them. But in some certain areas of the map, they spawn really weird. Spawn in the middle of the road, so you crash. This was a bigger issue before, where you could actually die because it was sliding a little bit too much. But yeah, it's just more like an annoyance. Here is a thing you can't turn off on consoles. I don't know how it is on PC, and this is really annoying because you have this aim assist that basically slows down when you aim, or not even aim, you just like run by enemies. And it's really annoying, since if they're moving, you will miss your shot. You can't follow them when you try to move your crosshair over them, and it kind of slows them down. Especially when enemies are moving forward, you will miss, you will shoot behind them. So that is a big issue, and you can't go faster than them because it doesn't allow you, and you can't turn it off. So I don't know why they don't allow you to do that. It's really annoying, since some games do allow you to turn off aim assist, and this should be one of the cases where like you can just turn off. So this is really annoying. When enemies stand still, it will help you to slow down, but if they're moving, they will just make you miss, and it's really annoying. And then we have the balance issue in the game. I'm gonna talk specific now about Firebird, and it's especially the white one, and that should be like the version of, basically Apocalypse version of the Russian machines. And they're basically having those cannons where they have a large area they hit you with. And the most annoying is it's basically almost impossible to countermeasure it. You can't hide behind anything. You can run towards it. But my biggest issue with that is you can't run away from those attacks. One thing, if you stand still, that's understandable, but the blast radius is too big for them, especially the fire rate they're shooting at. And they will basically make you like flinch where you're missing. Especially when you get like multiple, even 2, it's a nightmare. since then you get like one shooting and then the other shooting, one shooting and the other shooting. It's really annoying. Since the regular version has like incendiary rounds, the other one has like exploding rounds, and this one has just like a cannon. They keep hitting you all the time, like tiny cuts all the time. And it's really annoying, because like there's nothing you can do about it. You could try hide something, but they still have a blast radius. Basically have a GTA logic of blast radius. Basically, if you hit the wall, everything behind dies. So it's really annoying, and the fact is you can't outrun it. I mean, yes, you can't run towards it, but there's scenarios you can't run towards it. And one of those is if you have two of them shooting at once. And another one is like, you know, you can't run forward, you have to run side to side. That doesn't work. Yes, the tank does have one of those cans too. They're really annoying, and I thought they're really hard to hide, like, you know, run away from. But you have a chance to run from them. I did test out them. I was like, was it just me, or like, is there like a way you can, you know, like play? Is there any mechanics to that? And yes, it is. You can move, and if you hear the shot, you should have plenty enough time to run off. But those cans are really annoying, since, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. So they need to reduce their blast radius, so you have a chance, or at least don't take damage. You have a way to play where you don't take damage. And of course, in the end, we have balance issue on, I noticed specifically one gun, and that is Bass 12. This is basically the latest weapon they came out with, DLC weapon, and that thing is disgusting. I enjoy using because it's how powerful it is, but it basically outshines all the weapons, even in range. It's ridiculous. I was fighting against the Reaper, and I took down 8% of its health with 13 shots. Since I've upgraded the weapon to basically increase the magazine size, and I have it where I reload, so when I kill enemies I reload. That's great, because that thing is slow to reload. Ridiculous slow, and it has a stupid animation that makes no sense. With Bass 12, you have to press a button to open the gate where you basically can put the shells in there. So there's another, but that doesn't matter right now. What matters is the shotgun is disgustingly powerful, and it outmatched basically all the other guns. I was using the 50 caliber with like 18 shots, and I took like 3% from distance, usually where you want to take. Of course, there's damage like bullet drop off, but these things, you can pump out 13 shots, and I just basically destroyed the weapons of the Reaper, where it basically didn't have any weapons. Usually I don't do that. With all the other guns I use plenty of shots. With that shotgun, you just demolish it. And I'm playing on scrimmage difficulty, like the medium. There's Gorilla, and of course on Gorilla things are going to be harder, so it's nice to have something that does more damage. But my biggest issue with the gun is that it basically outshines everyone else. There are fun weapons to use, but like this gun, if you really talk about like pay to win, this weapon is 100% pay to win. Like how fast you can destroy the Reaper is really tanky. It's ridiculous. It should not be the way, and the problem is it's basically pay to win, because you have a weapon that is better than all the other weapons that you have to pay money for to have it like a great time in the game. So yeah, and even the experimental shotguns, they're getting outshined, because using like regular buckshot, and they have no chance. It's night and day. You do not want to use the other shotguns, because this shotgun just basically destroys everything. So yeah, I like the power of it, but it definitely needs a balance. Maybe increase its reload speed, but reduce its damage, because like now, how fast you can do that, it's not even fair. Yes, you have the minigun. It has some different changes where you basically remove the magazine and have like basically infinite ammo, or as much as ammo you can hold on you. Because in that case, like, it loses purpose. It's like it's a minigun supposed to be firing, and yes, it eats a lot of bullets. So So when it comes to that, it has a different balance in the game where you basically, yeah, it shoots a lot of it, does a lot of damage, like damage per second, but with a minigun, you basically are like eating ammo. It runs dry. So it's a kind of balance where you basically, yeah, you do a lot of damage, but you run out of ammo. Like in real life, like what a minigun does. And yes, there are other weapons that are also really powerful. Example, the 50 caliber, but that thing makes sense. The experimental, I mean, it's meant to be way better. But there's no drawbacks with it. It gets a little bit more recoil, but not that I've noticed. And of course, this weapon everyone can get. So this is like the top best weapon in the game because how much damage you can shoot out in a really short amount of time, and 18 rounds, that's a lot. But you know, it's basically favorite, I think the most favorite weapon in the game. But of course, the problem with Spaz 12, it's a paid weapon. This weapon you can earn by playing the game, and it's a late game type of weapon. When you get it, you should be really, you know, happy. And there's a lot of good experimental too. You know, there's a little bit different to play with. But of course, there's some that need some changes where they feel a little bit better, where they basically suck and don't do much. But that could be for another time. So I did test out the Hunter with a shoulder-mounted sniper, and it cannot shoot through walls, and it will stop track you after you hide behind it, even if there are enemies like looking at you. And reason why it feels like you get shot through walls is because it has exploding rounds, and when it hits the ground, it does a lot of damage. So it does, like with my character, it did like 45 damage, so it's a lot of damage. So that's why it feels like really broken. I also did test out with the tank, and it doesn't have exploding rounds, and it does a little bit more damage. For my testing, it did like 52 damage. So it is a little bit more when you get hit, not much. And I guess the reason why it feels like more unfair, or like how deadly like it is with the Hunter compared to the tank, is because the Hunter can track you way better, like right before it shoots you. With a tank, it's like you could just do like a step to the right or step to the left and it will miss. With a Hunter, you can't. You actually have to move away because of the blast radius. Of course, there are things, probably more issues or bugs in the game, but I haven't noticed or haven't saved the clip. But there's basically some issues in the game that really need a fixing, and hopefully they do that, especially if they're gonna leave the game without any more updates. So that's really important. Another thing, of course, I'm gonna make another video about it, and that's basically like with the new materials. I did test it out in all difficulties and basically see how much you get for some each, and they're not too bad as first when I played. And like basically make a short, like long story short, with that is basically you get like 4 or 5 times more materials on hard difficulty compared to when you do it on easy. So say for example you get 10, like you do it with ethanol, like 10 on like easy level. When you do it on hard, I basically got 96. So there's a really big issue. But there's another issue. We'll talk about it. It's not just that. But yeah, but basically to wrap up this video, this is basically some bug issues in the game here that really need to get fixed because they are quite annoying, to say the least, and could be something that will basically turn some people off from playing this game, and eventually for the developers to basically buy the DLCs, because that's what they basically would earn most of the money by now. But I guess they don't care too much because this is like a game. It's not exactly a live service game. So I guess they don't care too much. That would be really nice that they will just go in there, just clean up the bugs, fix them up, optimize the game, where it's in a good state before they basically say goodbye to the game. Because the issue with like the Sledgehammer, it basically been over a year ago. I was looking at it, and it basically was an issue since 2025. And we're like almost middle of 2026. We're like middle of May, so well, almost. So it just says like a lot, like I don't know if they got updated again, but really nice if they did, just to basically get a game in a good running. Since I do enjoy the game, and I really want the game to run in a state where it's like, yeah, this is a game where I will say to people, yeah, go and buy this game. You know, this is a good state. Like now it can be like, yeah, there's some bugs in the game, and it's not like it's gonna be really hard to convince some other people to buy the game or like play it. It's like, yeah, this game is great. Yeah, how is it? Oh, it has some bugs, you know. And some people's like, God damn it, I'm tired of those stupid bugs. I'll play another game that doesn't have any bugs. So, yeah, there's another famous game that really shot himself in the foot, Arrowhead. But anyways, that's basically it. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.